pretty much there. Now one last thing, screen capture, and let's get the add existing. Where's the main monitor at, bro? Create new. No, I don't want to go crazy here.
미쳤어?
아니야, 괜찮아요. 아니야, 괜찮아. Remove this.
괜찮아.
Remove this. Add this.
Oh, you're using OBS.
Yeah. And create new. I'll call this main monitor. And then we're going to add this monitor here. This is the 17. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. I guess.
I'm gonna talk to the audience. Hi guys. Does everyone learn Korean or? Wait. There are Ronald, Lin, Amber, Archie from China, Cornelius from America.
Cornelius. Now that's a good old-fashioned American name. Okay.
Old-fashioned American. Mm-hmm.
You don't hear a lot of Cornelius anymore. It's an old school name.
Oh, I see.
So, okay, cool. So yeah, sorry to interrupt because I actually just feel like this makes a lot more sense. We should stream our chat instead of just like only streaming basically me. And now actually people can hear you as well on the
Great.
stream. Yeah. Cool.
Otherwise, you seem to be a person who speaks by yourself and weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm weird either way, but at least now I'm not. Now I'm not crazy, so that's good. So, okay. So we were talking about Korea, right?
I'm sorry?
I think we were talking about something with Korea, right?
Something with Korea.
I think did you ask a question? You asked me a question, and I was like, I want to have this on the live stream. Because I was like,
really?
Oh, 맞아.
What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about you living in a different country. You wanted to try living in a different country, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to try and see how it feels. That's what I said.
어디 살고 싶어?
어디 살고 싶어요? I want to try. The number one thing is USA. Because it's obviously the biggest country in the world.
What do you mean?
The most developed country, the leading country. But it can be different with what I imagined. So maybe I'm gonna go to America and come back to Korea, like your friends.
Well, yeah, I think it's definitely nice to try something new, right? Get a different taste. I mean, you have for me, right? My whole life, I never felt like I fit in. I always felt like kind of annoyed about everyone around me. Like, why are people so inefficient?
In USA?
Oh, in USA. Like, why are people so inefficient? why do people only care about themselves or being selfish or like, their immediate friends? Why are people so rude? Like, there were many things that really stressed me out about living in the US, and I tried to move a lot in the US because I'm American. So I said, okay, well, there's like many big cities in this country. One of these cities has to work well. So I moved all over the place. I lived in 11 cities in the US. And, I have favorites. Some I like more than others. But still, at the end of the day, I felt very, I felt very lost and alone. And so when I remember I went to Japan for vacation, and I just saw how polite everyone was and how well everything was running. And I thought, like, wow, this is a very special and interesting place. Like, people seem to really care a lot about what they're doing. They put a lot of effort into it, and they're very good at it. It's not like they just try hard, but they really are good, So that was kind of cool. It's kind of crazy. I feel like with this lighting, it looks like my eyebrow is like...
What?
It's kind of freaking me out. It kind of looks like my eyebrow is like goes all the way here because of the light. Like, it makes my eyebrow look really huge.
갑자기.
Suddenly I looked at myself and I was like, wait, what's wrong with my eyebrow? So anyway, I went to Japan, and I was like really amazed by how people were behaving and like the general society and how cohesive everything was. And so I thought, like, okay, I went there like 10 years ago before I even started coding, and I was like, one day I want to try to live here, So then I left and I kept moving around. I actually wound up moving to Mexico because during COVID, a little bit right when COVID started, I had some friends who were musicians there, so I like just tried it out, and I really liked it a lot more than anything in the U.S. And then I was gonna go to Japan, and I booked a flight to Japan to go try and live there, just like right before I went to Korea. But I was in Paris, so I had to go from Paris to Japan, but I had to lay over in Korea. And my older sister told me once, she'd been to Seoul one time for like work, and she's like, I feel like Seoul is an interesting city, and I think you would like it. So you should like check it out. So it just was in the back of my head. So I had the layover, and I thought, like, okay, instead of just going right away to Japan, I'll just pause in Korea for 3 days, and I'll just go to Japan. So I paused in Korea, and then I just kept pausing. I stayed. I canceled.
Like how long?
I canceled my
More
trip.
than 3 days?
Yeah, I had 3 days. I canceled my first flight and my first accommodation, and then I booked for like a few weeks later. But then that came, and then I canceled that again. And then I stayed until my visa expired. I just like stayed the entire time for 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and then at the end of the 3 months, I had to go somewhere. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I love Korea a lot, but maybe I immediately, everything that I had looked for in life that I thought like, oh, where is this country? Like, I felt it when I came to Korea. So then I thought like, okay, but like I felt that about Japan. Like, I felt like maybe Japan could also work. So I went to Japan, and I was there for like, I tried staying there for a month, and I literally cried the day I came back to Korea because I just missed it so much.
Really?
Oh,
Is that different?
yeah, it's different. It's very different. I think.
Can you tell me about it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Okay, the things like some of the big differences I see between Japan and Korea. I mean, there's a lot, right? I actually feel like Asian cultures, like let's say China, Japan, and Korea, I think the differences in culture to me feel even more like impactful or big than the differences in like European countries like Italy, France, Spain. Like, I think that those are more similar than the Asian countries.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
So in Japan, I think people, like for me, one of the biggest things I noticed, the differences I noticed was people's behavior towards strangers. Like if you go to Korea or Japan, pretty much Monday through Thursday, like it's kind of boring. Like everyone's just working and focused on themselves, doing their own thing. You know, like Koreans really like be going home like after work and like doing, like girls are like doing like an hour of like facial like treatments, and like people really take care of themselves Monday through Thursday in Japan and Korea. But on the weekend in Korea or in Japan, like that continues. Like the weekend happens, and Japanese people definitely can like drink hard and go out and have a good time. But I still feel like even when they go out drinking, there's a sort of like very tight-knit group mentality, and they could be friendly to a foreigner, but it's kind of an exception. Like it's not common. And even if they are friendly to you as a foreigner, they don't usually speak English. So they could try to be friendly to you or be kind of nice to you, but you'll never really be able to communicate. But in Korea, like on Friday night, it's like the city, I actually say Korean people remind me of fireworks, because Monday through Thursday, they're like, Monday you like light the little fuse and it's like, shh, right, maza. And then Friday comes and it's like soju hits, and you're just like, and suddenly Korean people are just having like the whole street's like a party, and everyone's getting to know everyone and strangers, and like everyone's talking amongst themselves and meeting new people. And I think that there is still like a lot of, like people want to hang out, like they want to hang out with people who they think are cool or have a certain status, but like at least they still want to hang out with different people and can meet new people. Like in Japan, it feels like you can't even really meet new people that easily. So yeah, so in Korea, like, Monday through Thursday, whatever, I just chilled. I did my normal routine. I was going to the gym a lot. I did all my shit. I stayed healthy. And then Friday, Saturday, I would just go out to bars and clubs, and I just would meet a bunch of people. So foreigners or Koreans. I had made, in the first couple months I was there, I just made so many friends. So that was, I think, a very noticeable difference. Like the amount of friends you make in Korea as a foreigner versus the amount of friends you can make in Japan as a foreigner was like left a big impact on me. So that's one thing.
I didn't know that. I thought Japanese people also go crazy on Fridays. Like I thought it's international.
They still party, have clubs and parties and stuff, but it's not the same. Koreans go harder. Koreans go harder for sure.
Go soju harder. Okay.
Oh, soju, but like whatever, drinking anything like mekju, soju, like vodka, whatever. Like it could be anything. Koreans, it's just that like. Also, another thing that I feel that makes a difference is like something that I really love about Korea is like, for example, I'm gonna pull up Google Map. Google like map, right? So Google Map. Let's go to. Okay. Let's go to. It's like I don't like this place. It's just an example. Well, let's go to Itaewon. Itaewon Pocha in New York City. I didn't even know that existed. Okay, let's go to Itaewon Yongsan District in Seoul. Okay, this is something that I really like about Korea, and it kind of makes it pretty different than Japan, in my experience. So I think in Korea, like this street here that I'm looking at, Itaewon-ro 27, like this whole street is just bars, clubs, restaurants, everything, the whole way down. It's like you can walk for like 5 minutes and it's just all bars, right? Same thing here. If you go to like Apgujeong Rodeo, right? So Apgujeong is probably even, maybe it's a little more spread out, but it's still like, somewhere over here you have like, somewhere over here you have like times and or like 5 clubs here, 3 clubs here, some bars here, and everything is really close. So the vibe is like you just go out into the street and then you can see like a lot of young people like having a good time and people walking around, and the vibe is very energetic because like that's like it's an area to go out in. I feel like in Japan the areas are very mixed. So like there is one street in Japan where there were nightclubs, like there's this Atom nightclub and this other thing. But when you walk down the street, you don't get the same feeling as in Korea where like everyone is outside, especially like pocha and like all the different pocha like places in Korea. It's like everyone's spilling outside, drinking soju, and it's like it feels like a community. Japan feels very like closed off. In Japan, a lot of the bars are inside and downstairs, so it's hidden, Whereas in Korea, a lot of the bars are on the street. So it creates like a much different atmosphere when you're just like walking around, and especially if you're a foreigner, like if you don't know these things, it makes it a lot more safe and like accessible to you. Well, so yeah.
I see. So the atmosphere, is it different with what you can see in USA? Is it different?
I'd say like, I mean, definitely. Like, there's not many places in the there are some places, but there's not many places in the US that are like where there's like one street or 2 streets with all the clubs and bars. Like like maybe like Las Vegas, is an example. But I mean that's pretty extreme. Las Vegas is like a special place in the whole world. Like nowhere is really, I think, like Las Vegas that I've ever been to, where it's just like massive resorts all about like nightlife, partying, casinos, that kind of vibe. Like, even maybe Miami is like the number 2 for that. You have Miami Beach. It just doesn't, it feels more, everywhere that I've been to in the States, it still feels more spread out than in Korea. Also, it feels a lot more mixed. Like if I like to go out in Apgujeong, like that's normally where I'll spend my time at night. And in Apgujeong, like people that are hanging out there are usually like the same vibe. I mean, there's not a lot of diversity in Korea. So I think like it's mostly Koreans. It's mostly Korean people, and like the Korean people that hang out there, it's not really, it's like they're all kind of on the same like frequency about what they want. So if you go to Itaewon, you know what you're going to find. If you go to Hongdae, you know what you're going to find. You go to Apgujeong, you know what kind of people are going to be there because it's all Korean people mostly. It's mostly Korean people, and they all are kind of in the same like vibe, In the US, like we're so diverse that it's like you go out to a neighborhood and like people are on such different pages. There's so many different types of people. There's lots of fighting, and there's like homeless people, and there's like it's chaos. People, it's nothing. There's not that same cohesion that you have in my experience.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you been to the US?
No, unfortunately not. I wish I could. But even when you go to Europe, you can feel the diversity. But in Korea, you can see always Koreans, except for Itaewon or something interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, I think I call Itaewon the zoo. I think I call it the zoo.
What do you mean?
I have a conspiracy. I think that I'm not saying this is true, but this is just this is like a fantasy that I created. That basically Koreans were like, okay, the Korean government was like, okay, we want to have one place where we put all the foreigners. So we're gonna put the military, and all the foreigners are gonna go to Itaewon. and Itaewon is going to become the place where then all the Koreans, when they want to go to the zoo and they want to see the monkeys and the giraffes and the elephants, they can go experience the foreign cultures in Itaewon only. You know, like confine the diversity to Itaewon, and then like Koreans go there like as like it's like it's like the same feeling when you say I want to go to the zoo. Or I want to go to the aquarium. It's like, oh, I want to go to Itaewon. Like, I want to see the foreigners today. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, 맞아.
That's true. I find it really interesting because it's really rare to see many diversity in Korea.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Seongsu, I think when I first moved to Seongsu, not much diversity, but over time, I started to see maybe every month, maybe I would see 2 more foreigners walking around the streets of Seongsu. When I first got there, every day, all Korean, all the time. No one would even speak to me in English, and I wanted that. That's why I moved there, because I thought that it still felt familiar to me as someone who's lived in Brooklyn and New York. I felt like, oh, this is kind of like this feels kind of like something I know, but it was very Korean. And then over time, I would start to see like a lot of new cafes would open or new pop-ups would come up, and then suddenly I started to say, oh, there's more foreigners coming around. And at this point, before I left, like a week ago, I went to Seongsu a couple times, and I saw so many foreigners in Seongsu. I think Seongsu is also kind of becoming this like hotpool for foreigners. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
You like my use of hotpool?
They're very Korean.
It threw you off, right?
Seongsu is definitely hotpool.
Oh, 맞아.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I can see many foreigners nowadays compared to like 5 years ago, even 3 years ago. It's so different.
Yeah. Have you been to Muledong?
Muledong? Sure. I mean, I've been to Mule역 station. Yeah. Well, do you like it? Muledong?
Well, I feel like Muledong will eventually be like the next Seongsu.
Oh, really?
Oh. It's like, I feel like it's not... It's still like, there's some cool spots there, and there's some really good food stuff. Like, I had a great... I forgot the name of it in Korean, but like a roasted chicken restaurant there. It was so good. But like, okay, this whole area on my... Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh. This whole area here was like... it was like a lot of... this is what I heard. When I went, it wasn't like this. Actually, you know what? No, I'm wrong. There's still even a lot of like factories or like mechanics. It feels very industrial, but then also there are many restaurants and bars, izakaya, not really nightclub vibe. It's not really nightlife. It's more like during the day vibe. I think that Seongsu is right now really continuing to go up. It's going to eventually get super, super famous and popular, you know, for K-pop or like for the shops and stuff like that. And eventually, when one of the next places that needs to pop up, I think that this will be one of the top places that could pop up next, is Muledong.
Oh.
It's a cool vibe. But mostly Koreans here, still.
I see.
Oh.
I actually live nearby.
Oh, 진짜? Oh, Gochok. Didn't you say this? Gochok?
Gochok? What did you say?
Where did you say you live?
Gwana.
Oh, Gwana.
So it's more east, south.
Oh, southeast.
From Mundae.
Okay. Gwana.
Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah.
Gwana.
맞아. Yeah, I used to live over here. When I lived in Seongsu, though, in Widaene. 근데 Seongsu, when I lived in Seongsu, I had such a nice place. I lived, so this is Seolsup, and I was just like right here, right next to the Seoul Soup, just in one of these houses. And I could just walk to the park every day. It was so beautiful. Oh, here, it's right here. Literally, there's still the pin from my house.
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
It's nearby Seoul Soup.
맞아. 어.
Like, Seoul Soup. I've been to Seoul Soup once.
세분 걸을 수 있어요.
Can you say it again?
In 3 minutes you could walk from
3분.
3분
만에.
3분까지 걸을 수 있어요.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I really like Seongsu. I think, but I do think it's becoming maybe too trendy now.
Too trendy. What do you mean? Too crowded?
Yeah, like, 몰라. I think like I really don't like Itaewon. Okay, here's another thing. I'm gonna say this. I'm working through it. I'm not saying that I'm right, but I am trying to figure it out. I feel Korea is a weird place to be a foreigner. One thing that's kind of weird about being a foreigner in Korea is that because of the way that many Koreans because of the way Korea has a hierarchy of like social class, and then also because of how many foreigners choose to live in Korea, I think there creates a weird tension between many foreigners. So, for example, something that I experienced is that in Korea, like there's a lot of judgment from Koreans about people who are English teachers. They kind of think of like there's a common thing that you hear like by Koreans that's like if you're an English teacher, this is like for younger people like my age, they would say this like, oh, if you're an English teacher, like you probably just couldn't have anything in your own country, so you just escape to Korea and do this job. And so there's also many foreigners in Korea that are obsessed with like K-pop or like K-drama or some sort of like fantasy or fetish about Korea. And so that's a lot of other foreigners. You have many of these, so you have these two very different groups of people that are like many of the foreigners, and a very small majority of foreigners who just kind of like the Korean culture or like lifestyle, or you know they just like, for me, for example, I didn't even know anything about Korea when I went there. I just like arrived, you know. We're a very small percentage. So there's what I noticed in Korea is like when I see another foreigner, they will not acknowledge me. Like I don't look like a K-pop guy, you know. I don't like act like a K-pop guy. I don't wear makeup. I don't like, you know, do my hair like I don't wear like certain K-pop trendy clothes. You know, I also think that I'm not a teacher. Like people, I think I'm obviously not a teacher. Like normally I have like really nice clothes. I'm not working. I'm not like in an office. Like, so I think that there's this competition amongst all the foreigners that they feel like they are better than the other they want to be better than the other foreigners. So when I'm there, I actually try to like make eye contact with foreigners and say hello in English. And I can tell that many foreigners feel like threatened or uncomfortable by me being a foreigner. If I know that if I was Korean and I said hello to them, that they would be excited. But because I'm a foreigner and they don't know how to think of me or where I stand, or they feel threatened, they will act kind of dismissive towards me as a foreigner. And I think that's a very unique expat or foreigner experience that I've never seen anywhere else in the world. And it's partially because of Korean hierarchy. It's partially because of like Korea not being very famous for general tourism. It's very specific in the tourism or expats that live there. And it's this weird, it creates this very strange dynamic. Do you have any foreigner friends in Korea?
In Korea, I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, I've met some people visiting Korea for once or twice, but I don't think I have friends in Korea.
진짜.
Like foreign friends in Korea. Yeah.
Where, when you met your foreigner friends, like how did you meet them?
How did I meet? You know the app called Meetup,
Oh, 맞아.
right?
네.
I tried it once, and probably that was the first time I met a group of foreigners. And yeah, and I have met some foreigners who visited Korea like for traveling.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you feel like? Oh wait, 1 second. I see something. Well, I gotta check. 진짜?
진짜?
So I'm used to saying things like that because of just living in Korea for 2 years. So now even in English, if someone catches me off guard or something, or they say something suddenly, I can respond naturally in Korean, and they're like, "What?"
That happened to me too sometimes.
진짜?
진짜.
The other day, my mom. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, tell me.
Just the other day, like my mom introduced me to someone, and I said "안녕하세요" just by accident. 안녕하세요. I was like 안녕. Wait, what? Hi.
Yeah. That's a good sign that you are like immersed in a new culture.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am becoming Korean. I told you, it's not a joke.
Yeah. Like actually, you're thinking to be Korean, like citizenship?
맞아.
Oh, that's cool.
네. I mean, not citizenship, but residency, because I think like when I picture my future, I mean, I'm 34, so I'd like to have a family, and in the next like maybe 10 years, I think I want to have a family. So if I did it, like there's a lot. My lifestyle and the way I want to live, it has to be in Korea, like the way I see it. So, but there are some things that I can imagine about having kids that I kind of worry about in Korea. So I feel like if I were to have a family, it would be a mixture of living in Korea and also living in the US. Depending on the time in the kid's life, I think there would be some times that would be better for them to have an American lifestyle and sometimes to have a Korean lifestyle. Also, I think it just would be good for their development to experience the two different ways of looking at the world so that they can kind of have an open mind.
Yeah. This sounds really good.
Oh, 네.
Yeah.
I think so.
I wish I could do that too to my kids one day. Because you already know Korean educational system and something like that kind of sucks in my opinion.
Oh, tell me about it.
About it? I think you heard of it before. They have to study like literally all day, like before going to university, and the competition is so hard. And I feel like Korean students, including me, cannot have open mind. Like they all have to focus on going to the top universities in Korea called SKY. Have you heard of it? SKY?
Oh, is that Seoul?
The top. Yeah.
Seoul
Seoul,
University.
Koryo, Yonsei.
Oh.
And whenever I hear about education system in foreign countries, I feel like they are experiencing more diversity and they can find themselves more effectively. So I'm kind of jealous of it. So if I can choose what kind of education my kids would get, if I can choose, I would choose foreign countries. So if I were you, it would be great to show your kids the diverse educational system and culture, something like that.
Oh, 맞아.
Yeah.
So something I have a friend. He's a Gyopo, and he was kind of explaining to me from his perspective that, like, he said, in Korea, you're so focused on your education, like the studying part of your education, from the time you're a kid until you're in high school and in university, like you said, till university. So much that your parents really don't let you have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or like you can have friends, but you really don't have a lot of time to spend with them because you're studying all the time or in hagwon or something. And so he said that like he feels like Koreans don't really get to develop their what people call like EQ. EQ 알아?
Yeah. Emotional
intelligence. 맞아.
intelligence. Okay.
So like IQ, Korean have, if you look at the data, the Koreans have the highest IQ on average. And for him, he's like, yeah, but on the EQ side, because they don't have the chance to have a lot of relationships and build their emotional intelligence, their EQ is kind of low. So it's not until that Koreans get into college that they actually have the freedom to have like their first boyfriends or girlfriends or serious relationships and start exploring. And then when they get to college, they're kind of acting like kids because they don't really know how to handle all this freedom and these new relationships. They haven't been like really taught well. So I think that's an interesting perspective that he gave me, and it really helped me like when I thought about the future for my kids, like how I would want to help them grow both EQ and IQ.
That is so true. Like in Korea, until university, you have to compete. Like there is a score system, two score system, right? Like relative score. I don't know how to say in English. Relative score and absolute score.
알겠어요.
It's called 상대 score and 절대 score. We call that in Korean like that. And we always compete. So for example, the first 1, 2, 3 get A, and 4, 5, 6 get B, something like that. So they know how to compete, but they don't know how to collaborate or something. But after graduating university or schools, you have to know how to collaborate and make a win-win system with co-workers. And let's say you want to make a running new business or something, you have to collaborate. But we have no experience of collaborating, so it's kind of bad thing for Korea, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. And especially then, like I remember hearing many of my friends talk about how competitive they are at work. Like in work, like your coworkers will try to steal your ideas or, you know, undermine you or throw you under the bus. Like it's very cutthroat and competitive, as opposed to being like, hey, let's like try to help each other be better.
Yeah. We're not used to it. We're not used to helping each other, because if you help him, you cannot get B because you have to the top one.
That's really interesting too, because as a foreigner, in my experience, I've never met a more helpful group of people than the Koreans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Korea, as a foreigner, you go to Korea and Koreans are so happy to help you. They're so excited if you try to speak Korean. They're so like comfortable just helping you, or like if even if you're a stranger or something, like so to hear that, I guess what's interesting is it kind of, hearing what you said and then thinking about that, it kind of makes me feel like, yeah, Koreans really don't see us as competition.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're just a foreigner.
Yeah, we're not competing.
Yeah.
So,
And that's, I mean, yeah. So it's
why not helping you?
Oh, 맞아. That's so funny. And so like, yeah, I think that's what I was saying. Like, like, of course, I want my kids, I want them to have a high IQ, right? Like, who wouldn't want their kids to have a high IQ? You know, I also want them to have high EQ. So that's where I'm like, you know, I don't know how to do that exactly, but that's kind of my focus, is like, how can I find the balance, or like maybe there's like the right ages to bring your kids to each school system. So maybe, like for example, I think the early years of your education in Korea is really good, because it kind of sets a pace, a tone. Like it'll make your kids think like, this is how hard I work, and they'll work really hard to compete. They'll learn a lot at a young age, and then when you move them to a different school system, obviously you have to help them adjust, but I think they'll already honestly intellectually be so far ahead of everyone else, competitive wise and everything else. It'll be like how you were saying, where they won't even really feel like it's a competition. So they won't feel that pressure to like, they'll just be like, oh, I'll help you because you're never going to compete with me. You know, you can never like, because I see that you don't work as hard as me. I see that you don't, you know, you haven't studied as hard as me. So I can help because I'm already so far ahead. And I say that knowing Koreans that have lived abroad and studied, like they've studied abroad, and they're like, yeah, honestly, when I study abroad, I think it's so easy. Like, I'm in ahead of classes, or like the classes I'm taking, like I already really know all the stuff for my age. And I'm like, oh, that's so, yeah, like Koreans are just studying harder and faster than everyone else. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. That's something I've been considering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of typical 교포 story, 교포 life story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but you're kind of ragging. Is it right word to say? You're kind of ragging.
Ranking?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're kind of ragging right now.
Oh, you mean breaking up, like lagging?
Yeah, breaking up. Yeah.
Lagging.
Lagging. Yeah, lagging.
Oh, 진짜?
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just me or people.
몰라. Are we lagging, guys?
몰라.
Can you guys hear us okay? By the way, you're up pretty early. I guess what is it, 10:41 for you right now?
Sorry?
Oh, it's like 10. How old are you, by the way? I was curious.
I'm 25.
25. Are you?
Yeah.
What do you like? Do you work, or do you have like do you study or something, or what are you up to?
What do you work or study? I've been studying for 2 years in college, university, and I'm taking my semester off right now, and I worked for a while and saved some money, and came out from my home and spending money.
Oh, do you live with your? I know in Korea it's very common to live with your family. Do you live? You said you moved out of your family's house.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, there's a word for that. I forgot. It's like solo living.
Solo living.
Oh.
독립. 자취.
Oh, maybe. That's stressful, man. You have to pay your own bills. You have to pay your own rent and everything. 근데.
Yeah, but it's so fun. Like. I feel so free.
Good.
So I'm happy about it.
That's another big difference. That's another big difference between young people in the U.S. and young people in Korea. Is like in the U.S., my dad basically kicked me out of the house when I was 17 years old. So
17.
Oh, 17.
Like immediately after graduating high school.
Oh, 맞아. Well, I went to college, but my dad, he didn't pay for any of my bills ever. So, like, I was very independent, very young, and I think, maybe for Koreans, I mean, like, I think again, it's just really fascinating because I think there's good and bad, in everything, and I think that I learned how to be independent. It's how I can move to Korea, like that whole like I think there's not many foreigners that are just like, I'm going to move to Korea. That's because I'm very independent, but actually then I see Korea and I'm like, I kind of want this lifestyle. So I don't know, I think you want your kids to be independent, but also you want to support them when they have their independence. You want to help them get ahead, because I think in life, like nowadays, it's not like when my parents' generation was younger, it was a lot easier as a young adult to afford a house, afford a car, afford life. Like bills were like your total amount that you spent on bills was so much less for them than it is for us. So for me now, I think like right now, for example, I'm at my mom's house. Like I got here a week ago. So instead of getting a hotel, I could just stay with my mom. That's going to save me thousands of dollars, And so, so like to me, like this is those thousands of dollars I can use to do something in my business. I can use in so many different ways, right? Koreans are the same. Like you see Korean people our age, they live at home with their family. They have a good job. They work at Samsung. They work at Hyundai, whatever, and they're driving around in like a Lamborghini or something, or like a Porsche, and it's like they can afford that because they don't have the bills to pay for their everyday, for their rents or for many other things. Like they can save, they can even just take the loan and like do that. For me, like for many years, like I struggled just to eat, just like figure out how to like survive and eat. So I became strong, and that's good. But there came a certain time where like even when I was already strong, it was like so much harder to get ahead than everyone else who had the advantage of having, extra money. So like for example, the extra money I could use, if let's say it's just me as an individual, I'm working a 9-to-5 job at a restaurant, right? Or and I live alone and I live alone and I'm like paying rent. Or someone lives with their parents and they get their food paid for, they get their house paid for, everything like that. And they have the same job. For me, all my money is going to go to rent, food, etc. Let's say we both are starting a content channel. They can save that money and they can spend that money on marketing, on advertising. That's a huge advantage that they have over me. So there's a balance that needs to be found between like independence and collectiveness. So that's my goal in life, I think, since I found Korea. Hi, Amy.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But so now, how long have you been living alone?
How long have you been living alone? It's been 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
That's cool. Do you have a girlfriend or are you?
No.
No.
You're not. What about you?
No, no.
No.
I'm a little salty because.
Salty? What do you mean?
Salty. Salty 알아? 몰라?
No, what do you mean? Salty. It tastes salty.
Oh, 맞아. It's like I'm like upset because it tastes salty. Oh. Before I left Korea, I met this girl, and just like a few days before I left Korea, and we had a.
Okay.
And we had.
So it's ongoing. Some.
Hold on. So, I'll tell you the story. So, I met this girl. Honestly, I don't want to tell this story right now, but it was a crazy. Before I met her that night, it was a crazy night. Do you know? Have you been to Apgujeong?
I'm not sure.
No, there's a nightclub there called Frame. Okay, I definitely don't recommend meeting your girlfriend in a nightclub in general in Korea. It's not a good idea. But anyway, I met this. I'm like had a really crazy night, and I wound up meeting this girl, and like she wasn't your typical girl at a nightclub. She was like in like pajamas. She was really like not wearing much makeup, and she was there because she was friends with the owner of the nightclub that I happened to know. So we leave the nightclub like a little earlier, but we're both drunk. But we leave and we go to a pocha, and we just hang out, and we get to know each other, and we have an amazing time. Okay.
Just two of you?
Just the two of us, yeah. And we're just drinking soju, eating, what's that raw beef called again? Oh, I love that. Oh, raw beef with the egg. 계란. 고기랑, like raw 고기?
Raw 고기? 육회?
Oh, maybe it's that.
Yeah.
그래서 we were eating raw 고기, raw meat, and like drinking soju, super nice, super fun. And we got along super, like, it was, out of everyone, like, people that I met in Korea, I felt like we got along so well. And so whatever. So then from that day, we hung out. I was only going to be in Korea for 4 more days. And we hung out every single day from that day. For 4 days. We just hang out every day. We wanted to spend time together. And on the last day, she changed. Her whole personality changed suddenly. And she was being very cold and very like even when, like, for example, when I said goodbye to her to go to the airport, she kind of just like gave me a really lame hug. I mean, and like whatever, like I expected, like we had kissed before, so I expected at least like, you know, I expected there to be some like compassion, some like passion, you know, like that day she was, and the day before even a little bit too, she was like really like cold to me, and before that everything was super good. And I mean, whatever, it was only a few days, you know, but her personality just changed overnight. And then when I got to the States, she, you know, we were texting, but the texts were very like same, like very boring, very like just one word, you know, like I'm saying something like, hey, and she's like one word, or like a few words, you know, and then so I'm like, okay, like she doesn't want to text me, so I don't text her, and then she'll say good morning or something, and I'm like, why are you even texting me if all you want to do is say one word? So I told her, like, you know, whatever, we only went out 4 times. I told her, like, hey, you know, I don't know how you're feeling. I just want us to be able to be open and honest about our feelings and whatever's going on. Like, you know, I like you a lot, and you know, things are good. So like if you want to go, and I said, like, if you want to go like see other people, I know I'm going to be gone for 3 months. If you want to go and see other people, or if you're going to date other people, then like I understand. It's okay. And she said to me like, oh, like, no, I'm dating you. I'm not going to date, like, I don't want to date other people. And I'm like, what? Like, it just really confused me, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so either she's lying. So even Mary J in the things, it's like she met someone else. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So that's why I said that to her. But I wanted her to just feel comfortable saying like, okay, I met someone else or like something. The next day, I called her, and the conversation was super like lame, like super boring and like whatever. And then from that day, after I called her, I hung up the phone and I never texted her again. But I feel very frustrated about that because I felt like, again, between me and her, like we had a really good bond that in the early days that felt very natural. She like told me stuff that she's like, I never told anyone. Like, I don't know if it's true, you know, they like say things, but she's like, about her family. She's like, my mom like always told me I could never tell anyone this, but she told me all this really deep stuff. And so I felt like there was this really deep connection and we got along really well, like whatever. So I felt really good about that. And then she went cold on me, and then I felt really bad about that. And then I left, and then I'm like just trying to give her a chance to tell me what's going on, and she just doesn't want to tell me what's going on. So I'm like, I just feel very frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I think in my mind it's over. Like, I don't even if she comes back and says something to me, I'm like, no one should be. I feel this is going back to emotional intelligence. I don't feel like you should ever treat anyone like this. And I don't want, like, I feel like, you know, this is actually also very common in Korea, like ghosting. You know, if you don't, this isn't ghosting. She didn't ghost me, but like, if someone doesn't like someone else, or if like someone starts dating someone else in Korea, like they just literally block you, you know, or ghost you. They never respond. They'll never respond to your messages again. So I don't know, like so she just like, the fact that she just like couldn't just tell me what's going on or whatever is like, yeah. So yeah. So you asked if I have a girlfriend. The answer is no, and I'm really kind of pissed about this last girl that I dated. It was like a week ago. It was not even a week ago. So yeah. But I'm excited to do my. I'm gonna do Korean dating content on this YouTube channel, so I'm excited to go on some blind dates.
So you're the one who participates the blind date.
I want to do many. So I want to do it, and then I also want to react to other people having it too, like a foreigner dating a Korean, like a Korean guy and a foreigner girl, or like a Korean girl and a foreigner guy. I want to react as well and comment, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be the one who reacts in comments.
Both. I'll do the dates and I'll also react. Yeah, 맞아.
I'll also do the date.
맞아.
Okay. Interesting.
네.
Yeah.
Just Kimmy asked if I'm in Korea. I live in Korea, but I'm currently in the U.S. for a couple months.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about that situation?
This situation, I don't know. I've never been a foreigner in Korea, so it might be different. So I don't know, but it can be kind of common phenomenon in dating.
Oh, really? So you think that she just like kind of stopped liking me or something, right?
Yeah, she's not into dating with you like 100%. So she's acting like confusing you.
맞아.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the more confusing thing to me is that she kept on wanting, like, it's not like she said like, okay, like, let's just stop. She just kept like letting it go on. Like, I was like, why is she even letting it? Because I've been in that situation similar before in Korea, and like I've been ghosted. Like I've been, whatever. Like girls just won't respond anymore, and like it's fine. Like I don't like to be ghosted, but I guess I'm like, it's like clear. Like, okay, this is over. For me to be in the U.S. and for her to tell me that we're dating, that she thinks we're dating, even though she's treating me like that, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how could you possibly think that we were dating right now?
Yeah, that's what I was confused when I heard your story.
Oh, Mata, actually, I wish I could show you the texts, but I can't show you because it's... actually, you can see it on the stream. Let's see. Actually, no, because I don't want you to see her name. She's actually kind of a famous influencer.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that would not be good for her.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you think it's just she's not 100%, but then like you said, it's the whole anything.
Yeah.
Kimmy says, oh, sorry.
I have a question. Isn't it similar in other countries? I don't know, like continue to text, but not 100% date. They don't wanna date 100%, commit themselves to dating 100%, but still texting and just see what happens.
In the U.S.
In the U.S. just say, I don't wanna talk to you anymore, let's goodbye, something like that. I don't know, the pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of like Kimmy said. Like usually there's like conversations. People are more open to talking about their feelings, so you kind of get a sense of what's going on. Oh, hey, what's up? I just want to quickly say hi to Anna Sick, who's popping in on Twitch. How's it going? So, yeah, I think usually there can be an explanation. Like people are more open to talking about their feelings.
I think that's the difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, the thing that throws me off is like I actually usually don't feel like that's how it is in Korea. I usually feel like in Korea, like it's very clear. Like in the beginning, there's a couple of dates, and it's like very clear. Like I like you or I don't like you, and we're gonna date or we're not gonna date. Some is like short. And then it's like some, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is like in Korea, it's the term for like it's the term for the time when you meet someone, start dating them, and like you actually are like boyfriend and girlfriend. So, and usually in Korea, some is like a few dates, And then, like I said, literally, I don't know if this actually ever happened to me, but yeah, like on online dating situations that I did in Korea, like in the first couple dates, like so one date went weird, or there was like a thing, like something that we weren't compatible. Like literally just block, and like nothing bad even happened. It wasn't even like there was a fight or anything. They were just, I just feel like they were whatever. They weren't into me or something, and it's like okay, fine, no big deal. Well, again, like I don't like being ghosted ever, but like I get it. I get that like it's not going to continue. But that's different in the U.S. Yeah, it's like. I've had situationships that have lasted months. Literally, there was a girl I dated for 6 months where like we just were dating, and like we even like lived with each other at some point. Like I moved into her place and we weren't even boyfriend girlfriend. Yeah, that's like the kind, like the West is like chaos. Like nobody, you just every day you just say how you feel, and how you feel on one relationship could be different than how you feel in a different relationship. And especially if you're from the city, I think like if you're in New York or LA or San Francisco or Austin, Texas, like some of these big cities, you know, everyone is like so different in the way that they think that like, yeah, there's no cohesion. And in Korea, there is cohesion because everyone has the same idea of what dating is, you know?
Kind of.
Kind of. I mean, there's like a few different options, but it's all like, you know, all the options, you know? Usually people don't just suddenly do something that's so strange you never experienced it before.
There's unspoken rules or something like that.
맞아. Like pepero day, you got to get your girl pepero. Like that's unspoken. It's unspoken rule. You know, every anniversary, like, you know, 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 100 day, 200 day. You know, it's like
22, you know.
22. Oh yeah, there's so many unspoken rules. You know, it's like that's in Korea. That's the way. And I like rules, so for me, it's good. In the U.S., I don't know. So, yeah.
So in USA,
God, I'm so
we all
pissed.
have different standards. That's why you talk about it more openly, maybe.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, you set the expectations in the beginning of the relationship. You talk about like what you're looking for and what you're expecting, you know?
Yeah.
And it can, you know, like it can be different than you would expect in the US. In Korea, usually you hear the same story. I'm either focused on my career or I want to get married someday. I feel like those are basically the two things that I hear. Yeah. Now I'm like, oh shit. No, never mind. So, oh god, I'm still not over this girl. It's so bad. I hate it. I'm like checking her Instagram on my iPad.
You said you're over. You said you're over.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm still upset. I'm still upset. You know, I'm still upset. I realize.
Understandable.
Yeah, like after talking about it, it makes me upset.
Give me 1 minute.
Oh, 맞아. By the way, while Key is doing his thing, I just want to let you all know that my name is Ash. I'm a live streamer. I live in Korea. I've been living there for 2 years. My goal is to fully integrate into Korean society. I make content around Korean culture and Korean foreigner culture in Korea. I make content. I'm learning Korean. I make content in English. I make content in Korean. You can find my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel that I live stream from every day. You can find it in my profile description, which is up here. Just click on my name, or you can find my YouTube just right here. It's in the pinned comment. So feel free to go check it out. Subscribe. I even really recommend. I know we have Hello Talk, but honestly, I recommend watching from those channels because I actually share my screen. I share my screen on the live streams, and you can actually see what we're looking at if we're doing some learning practice, or we're doing, we're adding, like, for example, I was showing like the map of Korea to like help show different parts of Korea and things we're talking about. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying that out. All right, what time is it? 9:30. Time for me to head to bed. I'll wait for my boy Key to come back, and then hey Taesop, Wait, sorry, what do you mean? Can't voice checking? What do you mean by that? All right. I might just end the live stream and then I'll just talk to Key when he tell Key that I have to leave. Okay, yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Again, make sure to follow me on YouTube and watch our live stream. On YouTube or on Twitch. It's in my profile, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be online tomorrow streaming. So, see ya.